All right. Carol, we're doing great. How are you? I literally just logged into my TTS and you said hello. Like, not even, it was like the timing was perfect. Chester. I got to get my, hold on. I got to log into my Twitch real quick. We do have audio, right? Okay, good. Look at this fucker. He's like, I want to cuddle. My little Chester. Mm, mm, mm-hmm. Oh, Chester. Ah, look at this. This is why we call him Chester the Face Molester. He likes to molest faces. He with his face. Hey, Chester, why are you being such a dick? Jesus. Nala, did he just slap you? Did he just slap you, Nala? I can't believe it. He just smacked you right in the face, huh? He just smacked you right in the face. Oh, Nala. She is like the most gentle cat I've ever met. Aren't you, Nala? She just loves. She's just so full of love. And then there's that one. And then there's this one here, huh? Izzy, oh my. Oh yeah, with the belly rubs. Oh, Izzy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Izzy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a, what? Chester, are you jealous? Are you jealous? Oh, yeah. How are you supposed to get anything done with 4 cats out here, huh? How am I supposed to get anything done with all you little shits out here, huh? All right, workout's off. It's called. We're not doing it. Too many cats. too many cats. Chester, that thing is not a nice thing, huh? Oh. No one remembers nothing what when I say when. Don't stop. Never stop stopping. Molly, the hell. 223. God, I'm fucking fat. Better eat some avocado. You want avocado? Oh my God, Izzy, what was that? Kill it, Nola. There's a spider. No. Oh, Izzy just ate it. No, I was like, where'd it go? Izzy's like, I don't know. I just ate something. um, Thunderstruck. All right, we gotta get our morning bong hit in. The pre-workout dab. You know, I sometimes would think that smoking weed would fuck with my workouts sometimes, but honestly, it doesn't really. I don't think it does, anyways. I don't smoke anything else. I used to smoke cigarettes a long time ago. Now it's just that herb, man. The herbal remedies. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real fast. Gotta mute this mic real fast. Little girl. My cats go back here and they fucking mess up my green screen. See? It's all right. Right, Nala? It's gonna be okay, huh? Yeah. It's gonna be okay. Hey, you guys want to see something? Look at brush. It's clean. Clean brush. Watch this. It sprays. Mm-hmm. Tester. Oh my, yes, yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. Just. Ah, we're getting it, bud. Look at. Look at all that fur. Look at this. What the fuck, dude? Oh no. Yeah. Just roll you over this way. Oh, gotta get this side on, huh? Oh, yeah, see? You gotta get both the sides, not just one. Oh, my. Okay. Damn, dude. Look at this. Holy shit. Nala, oh yeah, you're so clean now, huh? Oh my, you're so soft. Holy shit. I just got. Alright. I know, Nala, it's crazy. How the hell? Yeah, I feel like I could probably brush Nala for like a whole hour, and she would just sit there and she would just love it. Like, she's just such a fucking chill cat, and like she actually does shed quite a bit. Oh, Chester loves it too. Look at him; he's all flat still. He's like, yeah, I do love it. Chester is a flat pancake right now. He's all wide. Look how wide he is. He's like got his legs spread open and he's laying his belly on the ground. Here, why don't I get this out of your face? Ooh. Oh, I wonder if Jaden did that for Junior. I was like, why is there a thing tape around here? I'm like, what tape? And then I saw on the other side, there's another one, almost like somebody intentionally put some like electrical tape on that pad so they could space it, right? Like probably Junior, right? So he could do stuff and didn't have to. He just reach down and grab. One less thing to think about. All right. Anyway, guys, we're gonna do chest. Chest day. Let me pull up my workout on the tablet. Take another bite of avocado. was kind of weird. Garage chest warfare, iron gauntlet, high volume hypertrophy with leverage presses, dumbbell work, and brutal finishers. The garage becomes the forge. And today the chest gets molded in fire. Flat, incline, decline, presses, flies, and push-ups until your pecs scream. This is the chest pump factory. Okay, so we just bam, pull parts, light push-ups. Light leverage press, incline dumbbell flies. Okay, let's get our stuff set up here first so we can do our warm-up effectively. You know, I think instead of doing a leverage press, we'll just use dumbbells and do a dumbbell press into dumbbell flies. Something like that would be fine, but I'm going to set them up first. No, maybe we should do leverage press. Yeah, we will. There it is. I'm just glad you're aware, Chester. He gets a little nervous when I pick these big weights up. You want to go inside? I'll let you in. Molly, we just traded. Are you going to behave out here, Molly? Huh? All right, so we got 90 pounds. That'll be good for our warm up. And then we'll just do like 20s for flies. All right, so we're set up for the most part for our warm up. Couple cats out here to keep us entertained. They do a pretty good job of that. Let me tell you. All right, so today, chest day. Our warm up looks like this: banded pull aparts, push ups, light leverage press, and incline dumbbell flies. You know, I would say somewhere between 12, 15 reps for your warm ups. You know, I might do 2 sets and I might go more than 12 on push ups, but we want to get good and warmed up because we are doing leverage flat press first, and it's going to be 4x8 to 10. Then we got leverage incline and decline. And we're just going through the angles today. 4x8, 4x8, and 3x10. All right. Understand? Oh, there's that damn shirt. I was looking for this thing. I need to wash this. I should probably wash this too, and I should probably wash this towel. Here, let me throw these in here real quick. I'll leave this towel out here for now. I might need it. It's fine. I mean, it's a clean towel. Well, it was a clean towel a long time ago before I wiped my face on it a billion times. Okay. Is everyone ready? Do you have to relieve yourself one more time? I might have to. I'm going to chug this real quick, and I'm going to go take a leak, and then we're going to come out, and we're going to fucking get after it. You know, at least I am. That's what I'm going to do. Hey! Hey! One more time, guys. I'll be right back. Nala, that daughter of yours is fucking crazy. You know that, right? You know that, right? Yeah? You know your kid's crazy, Nala. All right, guys, I'm ready. I don't know how the fuck I have to pee so many times. Like, it was only like 20 minutes ago that I went pee. I think I'm ready though. I don't think I'll have to pee again until after the workout. Hopefully. I drink a lot of fluid. Oh, I feel bloated today, man. I'm like chunky. Then I'm 223 pounds. Oh my God. So I'm so heavy. Are you guys ready for the last time? Banded pull apart. We'll do like 2 rounds of this this little circuit here since we're set up for it. And that's going to be banded pull aparts, 12 to 15 reps. Push-ups, I would say 12 to 15. Nice controlled. Light leverage press, 12 reps. Incline dumbbell flies, 12 reps. What happened? Adventure Seeker! Dude, swinging in here. Let me see. Since we're, oh shit. I mean, bow down. Bow down. Bow down, motherfucker, bow down. All right. Let's do 15. Why not 20? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? It's easy to talk shit sitting on your ass. Oh, I do have some news for you, though. You know, I've been here for nearly an hour now, just blabbing my jaw. And as soon as I start working out, then chat. No, but you'll be no, y'all good. So anyway, the news. Dude, you don't like my hippie hair? I mean, it's I like it. You know, it just kind of I could just I could just take my mic and be like, see, it's handy. I mean, I don't look like it. I am. Nala, tell him, Nala. But anyway, news. Okay, so the owner of the store retired. He's gone as of like, let's see, last Thursday was his last day. Fucking out the door. New owners. Okay, the whole deal with my wife becoming an owner that didn't completely like fall through, but it's just there's a process that they follow, right, in these things. And these owners, they've been working at it for like close to 4 or 5 years to try and work into a store, right? Well, okay. So they had to do their rehiring and all this stuff, right? And the owners are actually younger than my wife by like the husband is younger by a couple years, and the wife by like 10 years younger than my wife, I think. But anyway, they're nice people, and so we were like thinking, okay, well, now is the time. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to try and get right out of these 6 day work weeks, right? Because she was working 6 days a week at the 55. She was working a lot of hours, and ultimately, it's like it's unfortunate because like in all of this happening, it really was eye opening just how badly she was getting taken advantage of and abused, not just in pay, in hours, in time, but in responsibilities at the store, right? Like she literally had on her shoulders what they require of owner operators, right? But like I tell you, man, I could talk until I'm blue in the face and explain how unique this situation is. Okay, I'll just quick breakdown. Store number 7, okay? Number fucking 7. Only store where the independent owner, only store where the independent owner actually owns the building. Every other grocery outlet, the corporation owns those buildings, right? And they lease them to the owners. In this way, it's different. It's not the way, right? His dad built multiple stores, had like 7, right? His son and his daughter, right? The dad, they both went off to run their own stores. His dad's dad and his dad's mom both ran stores, right? Like this family is like deeply, deeply, deeply seated into grocery outlet, right? Like, you see what I mean? It's like it is a totally unique situation. Plus, there was a contract that his dad had for a really long time that stated that there couldn't be another grocery outlet within a 50-mile radius. Then his mom and his dad split up, and his dad went off and built a fucking grocery outlet in Salem, therefore breaching his own contract, right? That opened the door for grocery outlet to start fucking putting grocery outlets all over Oregon. So and that was like, I don't know, back in like the fucking 80s or some shit. Like, so, and like, there's a huge history within this store. The whole entire situation around this store doesn't fall in line with corporate standards at all. You know what I mean? Like, and the location and just everything, right? Like, and the amount of volume that it fucking pushes, and the fact that it was like making like top sales for the fucking nation for like almost a year. because of the trucks that my wife was selling out the back door, where you have like stores and like in huge in Portland and like other vast like fucking down in LA. Like, what the fuck is going on up there in Oregon? In this little podunk fucking town. It's like, so I mean, there are so many things. And my wife is the one that ran this, and the new owners know her name, right? Like they know her name because of all of the things that she's done. So like in their mind, they're walking in and they see this fucking legend. You see what I mean, dude? So she had pretty high like plus there was like three employees that basically verbally attached themselves to my wife. Like, okay, well, they're like, are you going to sign the paper? Well, not if she doesn't sign it. You guys better make her happy because the only reason we're here is because she's here. Fuck that old man. He's an asshole, right? Like, that was the attitude, right? Like, there's no retirement party, no like congratulations to him or anything. He really, when he fired me, he really exposed how much of a dickhead he was and how little he fucking gave a shit about anybody at the fucking store. Unfortunately, that's how it went. Lion, did I hear you? What's going on, bro? Welcome in, dude. How you doing? All right, let's get serious, dude. We're our second set here. No, I don't think so. I mean, you know, I like if they wanted it, I would, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I think what I would rather like to see, honestly, would be Jaden be able to get a job there after school. Jaden's got he's got his last period off. No last period for him, right? So he's 18. Fucking 18 now, dude. My kid is 18, bro. What the fuck, dude? I have an adult living here. Shit. I can, hey, does that mean I can legally whoop his ass? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Lion, how you been, man? How you been? We're just missing Liberty Street, dude. I bet he's been. I don't know if he's been streaming much lately. Issues at work and dealing with home life stuff. So I think it's been consuming some of his time. Oh, Lion, how are you though, dude? All good this end, yeah. Nice. Kids are about to start sports over here. Well, Joshua, he's gonna play football. I don't know if anybody else is doing any winter sports. Junior will be wrestling. So this year it'll look like football, then some time off, and then wrestling, and then track for all three of them. And this is Jaden's last year, man. His last year of track, dude. He's been He's been hitting the fucking gym so hard, dude. He's going in, man, squatting. Legs day's like his favorite day. His legs are fucking strong as shit. I mean, he's probably getting to the point where he's nearly stronger than me in his legs. I wouldn't doubt it. At this point, I've got some fucking issues, you know. I'm old man. All right, we're gonna switch it up. We got leverage flat. No, you want back there? No. Oh no! What? I mean, maybe. I don't know. It seems a little bit low. Eh. Yeah, it's pretty fucking low. I can't be that low. Well, maybe I can adjust my bench to match because I don't really have. I took that fucking peg out, so I can now go down. This might be all I need. Ha! Some Aussie! Dude, Aussie kind of hits different now, I'm telling you, dude, you know? Whenever I hear it, I'm just like, oh, man. Like, what a fucking personality, you know? I feel like we just have to go up one. I just can't. I can't find that sweet spot, and coming up another one is going to be like so high. I think we're just going to have to leave it with that. We can come down one more. That'd be perfect, I think. Because we got this. Oh yeah, we got it. All right. Okay. So I put my. I don't think I really need the gloves here. It's nice to have the wrist support sometimes, but this is only. This isn't really all that heavy. I'm just gonna do one of these real quick, and we'll go up in weight. Let's see where. All right. You want out, Noah? You want out? Go ahead. It's funny how they try to get your attention, you know. They're all so different how they let you know what they want, you know. Like I mean, like cats are. You really got to kind of like you pay a little bit more attention to your cat. Like your dog won't let you fucking. If you got a dog, they don't let you fucking forget. I don't know. Extremely well behaved dogs though. They're like. Yeah, I don't know. Some dogs are crazy the way that they're trained. My dogs, I've had some dogs in my life, and they've always been pretty obedient, you know. But I mean, never like snap, snap, sit, go, you know. Like I mean, none of that shit. All right, let's do it. 8 to 10. I kind of feel like we could go up just a little bit more, get a little bit closer to failure. I mean, we'll call that our first set. The other one was just a warm up, like a heavy test run. So, we had such a big jump. God, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again. Jesus Christ, man. Just pissing. I'm pissing and pissing. Oh, we're getting closer. We got 2 more sets. We're getting closer, failure. Right? Maybe like we'll do another 10 on each side. Why do I think about the shit that I do? I mean, literally, like, you don't even want to know what's going through my mind right now. I'm thinking, how much weight is this really? if this if this is this long, what is the formula going to be? Right? We have pivot point to gravity, right? But then shifting back where we put this weight, you're going to have a concept of leverage, right? Now, so if this could, the further this comes back, the less this number actually becomes. And how much of that relates to how low your shoulders are in comparison to the point of pivot? Does that make sense? I don't know. See what I mean? You don't want to be in this head. Thank God there's AI to answer my complex questions these days. You know, because who else would I be able to ask a question like that to and actually get a legitimate fucking answer? I mean, it's a serious question. Like, I mean, and honestly, I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, I mean, this is something we've dealt with in construction before because it's like a leverage load. Oh, but yeah, and, anyway, ah, trying to figure out how much leverage a person can create on like an 8-foot Burke bar and how much somebody could actually lift. Yeah. It's amazing what leverage does, you know? So, like, you wouldn't think about it much, right? You'd be like, oh, well, this much weight. But is it? Okay, let's go. Ah. Ah. Oh, shit, man. I'm wondering if I should throw on fives. That would be another. Ha ha! Let's do it. What's good? Loves Akura-san? I don't even know if I said. I have no idea. Welcome in. How you doing? We're gonna crush the set. Trying for 8, maybe 10. Let's go slow. Uh-huh. Okay, that was pretty brutal. I'm gonna drop. Oh, I don't even know. I'm not counting. Like, it's kind of hard to say exactly, right? Because I was literally just thinking about this. My system is a leverage system. And the weight is not true. But I have a 45, a 35, a 25, a 10, 2 5s, and a 2.5 times 2. let me pull up a calculator. So it's 255 pounds. But now here's the big however, right? I mean, here would be the question, right? So if, say, for example, if this is look, let me ask. I'm gonna do something here real quick. Hold on. Let me open Chat GPT. Check this out. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let me start a new combo. Here, I don't like this one. Look, we're gonna figure this out right now, okay? All right, I have a total weight of 255 pounds on a leverage-based system. My pivot point is 42 inches, but my weight falls at 30. What is my true weight? Got you. All right, here we go. Mechanical leverage. Yes, absolutely. So pivot point, fulcrum, 42 inches distance from pivot where force is applied, output, hands. Load point where your weight is applied, 30 inches on the lever, right? So weight on system 255. We use the law of levers. F1.D1 equals F2.D2. Blah, blah, blah. F1 input force, what you feel your true weight, right? D1 distance from input force to pivot. F2 load. D2 distance from load to pivot. So F1 times 42 equals 255 times 30. Blah, 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 blah. We get math. So it's the actual true weight of about 182 pounds. So you can see how much leverage influences weight, right? So like 255 might sound like a lot, but realistically, if I were on a flat bench free weight system, it would be around 185, right? Shit matters. Yeah, it really does. So let's do our last set. We can try for 8 now. I dropped like 15 pounds. So now we're at like what 240. So we're probably dropping us down to about like 175 ish. You know, be my guess would be. maybe even more to like 170 or high 160s. All right, let's go. Oh, fuck. Oh, I feel like I gave up on that one. It's all right. Whatever. We came close. Oh, the law of leverages. Yeah, I, I know about that law. All right, we are not done. Don't you worry. I saw you worrying. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I try not to get. I always really. I mean, people ask, what are numbers? I don't mind telling, but like honestly, it's not something I keep close track of myself. I bounce around a lot, right? Like from, like higher reps to lower reps, and adjust my weight accordingly. I mean, I have a pretty good, feeling and tuning. I've been working on this machine for a long time. I've had this thing since COVID time. And then, I mean, I've gone back to the gym. And then kind of recently, the last couple of months, I'm back here, not going to the gym anymore because they told me I couldn't film there anymore. So I just came home. I was like, whatever, it's fine. I don't need to just work out here, save some money, and keep an eye out for a good deal for a squat rack. And then I'd love to put the squat rack over there and flip this thing around so that it would be like, and on this side, right? I think that would work pretty good. I have this fucking table saw back here that needs to fucking go or get dismantled or something. I can flatten that wall out. Because right now, I just don't have the room to put that thing in there all the way. It's just too fucking short or too long. But yeah, I always tell people like, look, it isn't about the numbers that you can lift, right? Our body doesn't actually understand weight, right? All it understands is effort and strain, like how, like, so for example, I mean, I can work out with a towel and get a really good back workout, right? I don't need weight to get a good workout. Like you can do push-ups, any kind of real like focus, slow, intentional, like, I mean, try and do a 1 minute long push up, right? It's like fucking impossible, right? They call it the impossible push up, right? Like literally like try and go down and come up, like making it last a full fucking minute. It's really, 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 really hard, to work through, a push up range of motion over the course of like a minute. Fucking insane. And so, time under tension, right? Rather than increasing weight, I always say, or try to do like, rather than increase weight, I would say, slow down your reps, work under a tempo, right? So what that's going to cause, is, all right, we need to push the bench back this way. like that. Just this. Yeah, but if you start to say, okay, instead of, if you sit back and think about it, right, we can look at our workouts in a number of different ways. You can count reps, and you can count weight. That's great, right? If my if I if I can easily do the weight that I'm doing at my goal reps, then it's time to move on. Okay, so but where do you go? You know what I mean? What's the next step? I mean, you can't always just jump up 5 pounds, right? Like not in like dumbbells, for example, right? Like sometimes they don't have 5 pound jumps at certain gyms. Like the last gym I went to, only 10 pounds. And sometimes, I mean, if your maximum weight is 20 pounds, can you jump up to 25? I mean, think about it, right? If you were doing your max bench was like, 200, would you then suddenly be able to jump up to 250? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like that's such a huge increase in weight, right? And the thing is it doesn't change. The only thing that changes is oh my God, 50 is a bigger number than 5, right? You know what I mean? Because like in our mind, 50 is bigger than 5, but like it's all relative, right? It's all relative to the muscles being worked. It's all relative to there's so many factors. So this concept quickly doesn't apply, right? Like, I mean, that's a great concept to follow, but it's like the most basic thing that you could possibly look at. Now, on the other hand, what you can do is start to look at weight times reps times sets equals volume, right? Now you have a total volume of bench press, right? So now when I do my bench press, I can say, okay, I lifted 100 pounds 10 times for 5 reps. That's 5,000 pounds lifted, right? 100 times 10, 1,000 pounds times 5 reps, 5,000 pounds. Easy math, right? But like you can see, it can get a little bit complicated as you go on, but like you can easily build a table. There's lots of like workout logs and stuff, or, like I said, building your own little Excel sheet with auto calculations isn't really all that hard to do, especially now with AI and shit. I mean, you can literally have AI fucking write something up for you, guide you through the process, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, I just, there's a lot of ways, that you can make a workout harder for yourself without increasing weight, right? So I think that time under tension, increasing by adding in a tempo, focused and timed negatives, right? The eccentric, since science backs negative resistance to be more effective at muscle breakdown and stuff like that, it would make more sense that we would focus on that negative, right? And really kind of like try to fight gravity, eliminate gravity from the equation altogether. And in order to do that, you have to do a negative that's like, greater than like 1 second, right? Or at least a solid 1 second, right? Because like if you're coming down too fast, then gravity is starting to play, and then we're not in control. We're not in control of the weight. There's so many angles to view this from, right? Or you can look at RPE, rate of perceived exertion, right? Like how difficult was this set? So let's say, for example, I'm not going to move on until I can hit an RPE of 6 at this set, right? Until I feel like that was a 6, right? And so like until I can come in and feel like my RPE was actually like just meh, okay, well, cool. All right, now it's time to move up in weight. You know what I mean? Like, so we just work at that weight consistently and with the same type of sets. Or RIR, reps in reserve. How many reps did you have in reserve? It's another form of measurement. And the great thing about these things is like, you could put this into a logging system to show you a overall point score. Let's say, for example, I give an RPE of 10 on every single set that I do. So every single set that I log gives me a total value RPE. And if I was, say, logging 6, 7, 8, or 9, you know what I mean? Overall, afterwards, it'd be like, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you'd have like, 6, 7, 8, 9 RPE over, 40, right? So whatever it would be, like 30, 32 or something, over 40 would be your RPE for that set, right? Overall, you'd have like this kind of overall grade. And, then I think that helps. Or you could do like reps in reserve to see like how many estimated lost reps, you didn't do during your how many more reps you think you could have probably done, right? Like, but of course that wouldn't be the case if of course that wouldn't be the case if you were actually doing these reps, right? Because like, say, like, for example, on my first set, I say, oh shit, I did like 8 reps and I feel like I could have done 3 more. So, okay, let's say I did do 11, right? Now, if in reality on my second set, after doing, 8 reps or whatever, then I do, like 8 reps on my next set, right? And I'm like, oh, well, I had 10. But like, had I done the third or the 11 the first time, the second set, but it's still, it's just another measurement macro for people to look at and try and analyze their workouts and see if you're getting stronger, rather than just getting stuck in this thing about numbers. You know what I mean? It's so not about that. And there's so many more better important factors to look at rather than your actual weight. I think we need to go up just a little. I also like to think of it like this too. I mean, like if you're lifting, right? Like if you're pushing or pulling, right? Like it depends, right? We're like the negative on a push is going to be, like resisting weight from coming to your body. The negative on a pull is going to be the opposite, right? Resisting weight from going away from the body, right? So for your negatives, you have always that against gravity. And when you start to do things like for the natural form of the body, say for example, somebody's in my face, right? And I want to get them out of my face. Do I just like shove them slowly? Or am I going to try and get them to fuck out, right? I'm going to explode. I'm going to push, right? Whereas opposed to like, if somebody's coming, like if some object or something, like some big object is coming at me, right? Like, or something's closing distance on me, then I'm not just going to be like, bam, and fucking stop it. I'm going to try to absorb that impact, right? Like, and slow it down. So like the body's natural method is to be slower on negatives and be more explosive on positives. Now, positive and pulling is going to be like, and then slowly lower it down, right? We're going to be like, right? And then slowly lower that fucking negative. But as the other side, push up, pull, or bench press, you're going to try and push as hard as fast as you can and then lower down real slow, right? So those are your negatives in different aspects from push and pull. And you would call it the eccentric side of the lift. And then you have the positive or the concentric, right? Contracting, like, because the muscle is contracting. So you have a concentric lift. So, and lift can really be broken up into 4 phases, right? Like your lockout, your lowering or eccentric phase, your hold, right? And then the concentric or the push or the pull, right? That phase back into the lockout. Now, sometimes you can skip lockout, right? And not do lockout just before lockout. And that way you never ever relieve the body of any of tension. And you always are increasing, tension on the body. So every time that we lock out, we actually take just a brief momentary release of pressure. So locking out can actually be useful for lifting heavier sometimes because you can lock out, take a few breaths, and then pump out another 1 or 2 reps, right? Because you can gain that strength back. Eight. See, like that. I actually used lockout to my advantage. I'm gonna release these fucking things too. I don't like them being attached. Oh man. Hydrate. Oh, I didn't even hear that. Is the song's frozen? I know. I need to take a drink. Usually I hear the TTS. Like, tell me to take a drink, motherfucker. All right, songs are froze. It's time to quench your thirst. The bot will usually say, so and so says, take a drink, motherfucker. I'm like, oh shit, fuck, man. Robo Psycho, chill. I'm a nerd. I'm such a nerd. Like, I'm trying to build my own Twitch bot. I actually have it. It runs. It does run. It's not running right now. It's extremely noisy and loud. It's got AI. It uses local AI on my computer and Gemini. But fuck, it's something else, that's for sure. I'm trying to make it kind of like Frosty Tools, but you're supposed to be able to have a conversation with mine, like with Robo, like you can talk to him and he'll talk back and he'll answer your questions. Like I said, it's not running right now because it's super fucking noisy. And he leaves, like if you ask him a question, sometimes he'll write a book report in chat. It's like, bro, seriously, like fuck, nobody has time to read your bullshit, Robo. So it needs some fine tuning, to say the least. I gotta turn it on here in a minute. Let me just finish this set. I'll go turn it on. I haven't ran Robo in a while. Yeah, I know. Well, I'll say Frosty Tools. I don't know if you're familiar with Frosty Tools. A lot of people in the fitness community use it. I haven't really seen it explode like outside of the fitness community, other than the people that I know from the Frosty Tools Discord channel. A lot of people don't know what it is, but it's like It's a chat bot that uses AI, and it's really actually pretty chill. It's pretty cool. I like it, but I have it in the stream. It does the chat recaps and stuff. So it was like a heavily inspirational thing for me to try and make my own. And so I went ahead and started pushing cursor to the test to see if it could make a chat bot. Oh, and now I've got like 3 versions of it. God damn it. What's up?
I'll take my strawberry lemonade.
Someone took the strawberry. Somebody took the strawberry lemonade
I don't want that I had.
that you were drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, you had one opened?
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder who. What? Maybe I don't know. There's one here, Junior. Here, just take this one, bud.
I just have a pussy.
Okay, that's fine. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go take a leak, and I'm gonna boot that bot. Gosh, I think that's like the fucking 4th time I had to pee this morning. I did turn Robo Psycho on. He's on. My mystical. The celestial heavens and aligned with our bestow upon us another glorious broadcaster of chest warfare. Join me now as we see. That is not Frosty Tools there. What the fuck? Hey, little robot buddy, welcome to our groovy realm. I told you he's. Oh man, current persona, the dank prophet of the Cascades. Your vibe seems so grounded. It lifted like a majestic cedar tree swinging in the breeze. I'm happy we get this cosmic commune happening with fresh souls. Warmly welcome this robo psycho to our hazy haven. See, he's got some problems. He needs to like get shit right, you know? working with AI can be a little bit complicated sometimes because like you don't always get the outcome you would expect all the time because it's got a brain. I got one more set, don't I? But if you ask him something like this, like you could say, at Robo, why is Psycho Commando so awesome? There we go. See, you just kind of you can chat with him. You can ask him. You can do exclamation point ask, or you can at you. Do you have Chat GPT Plus or Pro? One or either way. I mean, Plus is the $20. Pro is the $200. I think we have decline bench next. Yeah, well, okay, so I mean, okay, so Pro is, I guess, I don't like their wording because I think ChatGPT Pro is the $200 a month version, and then they have their like Plus or whatever. I don't know I don't know what they call it, right? I'm not sure, but like most people, I think get the $20 a month one, which is what I have. I have that. It allows like you can use ChatGPT Codex. You can use Sora, which is an art generation. Really, really good. You can use Dolly within ChatGPT, so you can generate all these images. Kind of like, you still have limits, but it's if you ever hit a time wall, they only make you wait like 5 minutes at most to generate a new picture. So like usually you can run around and generate like 10 pictures real quick, and then like you might hit a wall and they'll be like, oh, I can't generate right now. I ran into an error. Like, well, what the fuck was your error? It's like, oh, well, there was a timer. Here, let's try again. And it'll try again. And then you're like, just like, try again. And you just keep trying and or come back in like 5 minutes and it'll usually work. So other than that, you can chat with it like infinitely. You only get so many chats with the latest models. Like, so with ChatGPT 5, I think right now they're just letting fucking free access with it. But eventually, what will probably happen is they'll unlock ChatGPT 4.5 for most people and lock ChatGPT 5 behind like 10 monthly conversations. You know what I mean? Like, so if you want to use ChatGPT 5, you'll have to get like more than 10 times a month. You'll have to get the $200 package, right? And then there's like no fucking limits. Then you can like you get more Sora points, you get more you just get better access to everything, faster. You get access to like different servers that they keep their shit on, like so faster responses, better hardware, better equipment on the back end. But there's a lot of AI stuff out there. There's Anthropic, there's Google Gemini, there's ChatGPT, DeepSeek. DeepSeek is free. So check out DeepSeek. I mean, look, DeepSeek is a China AI, but it is good. It's like literally competitive to ChatGPT and Google Gemini. They don't like you to hear about it here in America because if you're here in America, because it's a Chinese thing, but it works really good. I like DeepSeek, and it's free. So sometimes though I can't. Like in the past, I've had problems because their servers are crowded, and I can't get access. All right. But I think generally speaking, my favorite one has got to be ChatGPT. At least for general purpose, like AI, I think it's good. I mean, I have Google Gemini too. And for development, for application development, I'll say Google Gemini for the win because it's cheap. So cheap. So I can pay for cloud. So here's what I can do with Google, right? I can pay for cloud storage, like 1 terabyte, and with that, they give me access to Gemini, and I get an API key for project development, right? So like, it's like a bundled deal with 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 Microsoft and ChatGPT. I can't fucking do that, right? Like they don't bundle anything with it, right? It's just like, oh, here, you want ChatGPT, then pay us, and it's not cheap. And so if you're an application developer, definitely Gemini because during development, Gemini usage is free, even the pro models. So like as long as your application is not production ready, I don't you have to kind of read into this as a developer to see what the parameters are behind it all. But like apparently the application development now is free for devs. So like we can use the AI features now for free. However, in order to get the API key to be able to make this all work, you have to pay for Gemini, right? Like, and you do have to set up a billing account and things like that. So Gemini is a lot more flexible, but like I said, for personal usage, I would say ChatGPT and Gemini are really side by side. Like they have a lot of similar features integrated. I think ChatGPT is just kind of a little bit more cutting edge. They have access to a little bit more tools, and they're closer tied into Anthropic than Gemini is. However, Gemini as a coding model is really fucking powerful and really good and can write some really clean code. Cloud 4.0, amazing code writer, and ChatGPT 5, another amazing code writer, right? But looking at the cost comparison for API usage, using ChatGPT, it's like 2 to 3 times more for an API call than what Anthropic's Cloud 4.0 is. So it's just a matter of token usage, really. Like how many tokens does your how concisely are you giving information to the bot, right? How much of that is it having to translate and break down, trying to create its own instruction set based off of what you told it, right? And then it'll go through and it'll start like analyzing your code and then ultimately making changes. So now we're to a point nowadays where if you want to make an application, guess what you can do? You can get Cursor or some other similar, code writing AI and essentially just be like, hey, so I want to make a Flutter-based application using Dart or using like Supabase and like whatever kind of like back end. We're going to use JSON files for things. We're going to do this and that. And, basically build a fucking project template and give it to fucking Cursor. And Cursor will go out and it'll build everything for you. Just fucking make it. Like it just makes it. And then you can test it, you can launch it and stuff like that. You have to set your computer up to be an application development PC, but we are in a crazy, crazy fucking era of app development and coding and stuff like that. And it seems like every few months at this point, I feel like AI is just making itself better. Like these AI models in somehow, way, shape, or form, they are literally like passing their own coding back to themselves and allowing them to clean up and rewrite their own code. I really think that a lot of times that might be the case, like these super complex problems that we can't quite wrap our minds around, we can give it to AI and AI can figure it out. You know what I mean? Like AI would have no problem, utilizing two types of coding that are not supposed to really work together and trying to figure out a way to make it work efficiently. Like and it probably would be successful at it. You know what I mean? Like if given enough opportunity and enough time and enough power and enough resources, I'm sure it could work away. You know what I mean? Like it's insane. I love it. I'm all for it. I'm here for it, man. I'm fucking here for it. I'm glad to be. Oh my God. Hell yeah. Appreciate the lurk. Chilling, chatting as well. Well, I'm usually here like every morning around this time. For me, it's like 9 right now. I try to get started by about 8. So like I would have normally been going, but my wife now, I think she's starting at 7. So I may push my schedule up to about 7 as well. Oh, might be from like 7 to 9 now. And then later in the afternoons, I play games and do whatever. Yeah, like you said, you're in Denmark, right? I think that's what. Yeah, that's a ways away across the pond. Where I'm on the West Coast, so I got as far as I can get, aside from Alaska, away from you. I mean, yeah, we're like middle of the U.S. on the West Coast, where we live. In between California and Washington. And that's so like the West Coast is made up of Oregon, Washington, California, those 3 states. You got, I guess, in order from top to bottom, you'd have Washington, Oregon, California. And that's the entire West Coast. Then, I mean, Alaska's up there detached, right? From like, and kind of like over on the other side of Canada. Because, well, I don't know, a long time ago, Alaska was traded or sold to the U.S. or something by Russia. I mean, I don't know much of the history behind all that, why or what, or the details or any of it, but I just know that that's what happened. Kind of weird. I got a couple friends that I have had that live in Alaska or lived in Alaska. Guy I worked with, he grew up in Alaska. He was there until he was like in his mid-30s, and then moved. He had never been to another state, and then moved out of Alaska from being in the fucking woods and like moved into the city. He said it was like one of the hardest changes in his life. Like I can only imagine. moving from a place like Alaska that's just completely desolate. That's like, got weird days and nights, right? Because you got like times where it just doesn't get dark. And then the opposite where it doesn't really get light. What? All right. Should we put on a little more? Maybe we'll put on another 10. And crush it. We're going to do 2 more. I'm supposed to do 10 reps at least here on these. Okay. Sounds like I'm farting. Oh, I'm not. Ah! Ah! Oh my God. Whew. I think, was that 9 or 10? I don't know. That was 3. Okay, I think now we're moving on to some dumbbell work. Oh. Okay. All right, let me see here. Our next. Come on. Uh-oh. Open back up. We're doing dumbbell flies and a landmine press. I think I want to try this right here for the landmine. I was going to do it last week, but I didn't. I could do two-handed. Usually not bad. But first we're going to do our flies. It's not a superset, so. There's flat or inclined. We'll do a slight incline just because I think it's a little easier on the shoulders. Not much though. Mostly we're trying really to aim for a flat. All right. Let's see how this 20 feels first off. We're already set up. 12 to 15. 3 sets. Yeah, 3 sets of 12 to 15. Okay, so our end is going to be kind of like this, right? We want to squeeze the bottoms together. Doesn't need to touch exactly, but we want to come close, right? And then we're going to open up. Oh, man. Three sets. I mean, I would say roughly around like a 90-second rest or so, if that. 60 seconds, 90 seconds. 75 seconds. So, man, what you eating?
Meal.
Hamburger?
Yeah.
Hamburger? sink, hug a tree. Hell yeah. We call these tree huggers. All right, what have we got next? Oh, I want to try this thing for landmine press. I think it'll be really good, actually. I think we'll go one more.
They almost didn't let me practice today.
Huh?
They almost didn't let me practice today.
Why?
They forgot to. I gave my physical to the school. They forgot to put it in the system.
Oh.
I almost wasn't able to practice today. That explained it to Meg was really upset I was able to practice.
Yeah, I guess I could have uploaded it too, but you had already given it to them when I had looked at the registration.
Yeah.
So it's all right, whatever.
Whatever. I still have practice, so not like I'm missing.
Uh-huh. All right. About nothing and everything all at once. I am one of those dogmatic fools, erotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Oh, yeah. Fuck, man. Mm. Oh, man. Oh. Um, Oh man, hi. Oh, my shoulders. I think we might be done for today. I was supposed to do some push-ups and then some banded flies, but my left arm is like fucked. Uh, I hate, I hate this. Oh man. Mm. Fucking shoulder. Oh, I wonder if I have I have any of my. Do I have my balls out here? Oh yeah, I'm good, Lion. I'm just like thinking. I want to like. I have these like pressure point balls, but I don't know where the fuck I put them. I gotta go through one of these days and like clean things up out here. I don't know where my stuff is at, dude. I was gonna use a like a pressure point ball, roll it on my shoulder, but I don't know where the hell they went. Well, I'm gonna go look real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. I think I have an idea. Me neither. Yeah, dude, there's definitely some reordering that needs to happen. I'm like, I haven't needed them for a while, so they got stuffed in my bag, and I don't know where the fucking bag went. But yeah, let me just look at this pile back here, dude. Oh, just stretch like this. Man, every now and again, it's like it just hurts on my shoulder, and I just can't really go anymore. today we had some heavier lifts, and I think it just built up. And I did most of the sets. I was supposed to finish off with like a push up, like wide, but I'm not going to do that. Other than the push ups, we did everything. Oh, you know, some days are better than others, man. It's kind of weird. Even if I do warm up really good, you know, sometimes it's just still really fucking sore. I mean, I'm just kind of existing, honestly. I'm not really bulking nor cutting, really. I'm just kind of doing, making sure that I, you know, eat my 2 meals a day and drink my protein shake and, you know, have a decent snack. Adds up to be roughly around like 160 to 70 grams of protein, which, you know, seems to be pretty good for maintenance. My carbs are probably fluctuating up and down here and there because, you know, some days I'll eat all my potatoes and like maybe have some rice and maybe even have like some extra stuff, you know, like, but some days I'll eat really clean and I won't have as many carbs. So it's like it's the carb intake that's kind of all over the place. But generally, I mean, most of the food I'm consuming is pretty healthy, whole food. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I can't buy like, you know, organic range free fucking beef and shit like that. I just can't afford it all. So I get like I get like a half and half, right? I buy like a chub, a 3 pound chub of like 20% 80/20, and then I'll buy like 4 pounds worth of 97.3, so like extra lean ground sirloin, and that is like grass fed beef. Uh, but the other stuff that I get isn't. And that ends up to be around like 10% when it's all said and done, like the fat. Plus, I end up draining it, so we're more than likely probably down to like, you know, the 6% fat or something around those. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming, guessing here. So the beef is not that bad, you know. And then I mean, chicken thighs, we do boneless, skinless, you know, and I don't add a whole lot of fats. I mean, on my potatoes, I add peanut oil. I really like the peanut oil flavor on potatoes, dude. It just goes really good. And peanut oil, while it's a higher fatty oil, it's also one of the less processed oils that exists. So, I mean, it's a in my opinion, I think that makes it a little bit more a better option, you know. But I don't know. Still, it's kind of a fatty oil, but it tastes really good. And you know, we're not adding a whole lot. I mean, I just add like maybe like a, you know, 2 tablespoons to like 3 pounds of potatoes and toss them, you know? So they just get coated and then I cook them, fry them up until they turn, you know, like a golden brown kind of. Season them up, good to go. I mean, as far as the veggies go, I mean, I'll saute up some onions in some butter. Sometimes I'll use like a half a stick, but then those onions will go into bell pepper, they'll go into the zucchini, they'll go into everything, and I don't add other fats. And if I do have to add some extra fats, it's usually going to be avocado oil that I just have a little squirter right there. So if for some reason like things start to stick and I'm like, I need a little bit more fat, I'll throw a squirt of avocado oil in there, which usually is probably like a teaspoon at a time, you know, maybe like a teaspoon and a half, you know, something like that. So, I mean, we're not adding in an insane amount of fat, right? Then, you know, I mean, we're making like a bunch of meals out of this. So, um, I'm not really paying much attention to the calories I'm consuming. Like I'm just kind of eating what I feel is right and just watching my weight on the scale. Uh, I mean, I've been sitting down a lot, like working, doing application development and stuff. So my big project right here now, Lion, is this. Okay, I'm gonna build. Are we friends on Discord? I think we are, right? I don't know, but so what I'm working on now is a application that I'm calling it the Iron Skillet, and it's a recipe keeper, kitchen assistant, right? I loaded it full. I'll just look at this. I'm just gonna pull this motherfucker up and show you. Yeah. So basically, like I have my cookbook. Oops. I have a cookbook, and it will show recipes. Like that, right? Like so you can show the pictures. I don't know. You probably can't see this shit, dude. But the pictures take a little while to load. But look, I got a biscuits and gravy recipe in there right now. And you can load up multiple pictures per recipe, which I really think is kind of nice. And then you can put one to be your cover photo. And so the big thing about this is, all right, you're like, oh, fuck, another recipe cookbook. No. What you can do is you could load up in here, you can add a recipe, right? Add a new recipe, and you go through the recipe creation. There's a bulk import feature, right? So we can paste free text, assuming that it's in the right kind of generalized order, it will work, right? The application will scan, pull all the fucking ingredients out, put them in a list, pull the name, description, any tags, any of that kind of stuff that you like write in there. There's a template. You just follow it, right? And then it'll auto create all that stuff. Then you can go down and you can go to this thing called Analyze Recipe and analyze the recipe. And that'll take Google Gemini Flash 2.5. Hey, that'll take Google. Stop listening. Anyway, the name I cannot speak because it keeps listening. That thing, 2.5 Flash, you can put that in there, and then you can ask it to pull the calories. Okay, so it will then go through and it'll scan all the ingredients in the recipe, cooking methods, and it'll like compare that data with USDA data and other nutritional data that it can find on the internet, and it will then fill in all the calories, macros, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, essential, non-essential fats, omegas, like a full-on like 40 plus nutritional profile, pull. And it's fucking gonna be dope. What happened? Buzzing Ranger, what's going on, Buzzing Ranger? Soul Seeker, may the misty magic of our mystic mountain sanctuary embrace you with love, wisdom, and gentle euphoric haze. Step onto this cosmic path of harmony where all is vibes and enter every moment counts as a whoa moment of divine connection. You have found your groovy spot. Now let's share enlightenment musings together. Dude, yeah. Robo Psycho is he's gonna start competing, giving Frosty Tools a run for its money. But yeah, now Buzzing Ranger, my app, you'll be happy to know. So if you would like Buzzing Ranger, I would love for you to maybe test out my app when I get it into a phase where it would be actually testable and usable. Um, I think that would be it'd be nice to have some second you know some feedback on it, see how it works. I got a little bit more work to do on it though, but I think you would like this one, man. Like, you can keep recipes, you can create recipes, and you'll be able to ultimately edit and change recipes with the AI features. So like, let's say, you wanted to make a recipe more gluten free or paleo, right? You're like, I really like this cheesecake, but like, I want like a sugar free version, right? No carbs, right? A keto version of this cheesecake, right? Like, we want to change the crust, change whatever we have to do to make this a keto free version, and then you would like the AI would then like go through and analyze your recipe and change it and give you another recipe, and you could then save that recipe as a new recipe, right? Like a keto version of this cheesecake. And I mean, I just there isn't I yeah, I think it's going to be fucking awesome. It'll pull calories and macros and stuff like that. It'll work offline. Of course, offline is going to be relying on the offline database, which will be really limited in comparison to what AI can pull. Like, you're not going to get amino acid profiles, you're not going to get like a lot of these values, but there will be still a lot of values that we can pull. And I think you'd probably be surprised with just how much data we can actually get from that database. It's quite a bit, but they won't be able to account for, say, things like cooking methods and stuff like that, right? Which is one of the big questions I always have with calorie trackers. None of them are ever really very clear. Okay, so when I scan this food, this raw chicken, right? I'm like, okay, I have 3 pounds of raw chicken. Like, how do we factor this as a serving, right? So, okay, so we have 3 pounds of raw chicken breast or raw chicken thighs, boneless, skinless, right? And then we have all our seasonings and all that stuff. But what about when we cook it, right? Like, why do none of the applications account for cooking methods and fat runoff, right? Like, this is like one of the most calorically dense items that you can like be talking about at 9 calories a fucking gram. And when we're not accounting for fat runoff, we can totally skew our fat numbers way higher than what they actually might be, right? And so it just, I mean, I don't know, none of people don't really account for this kind of stuff. They don't. How do you? What is the calories being based off of, right? I mean, like, in my opinion, if we're basing calories off of raw chicken, then that's that's not cooked, right? We have like 20% more fat content than when it's going to be cooked. That's a lot. Like, that's like 80 grams versus 100 grams. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a ton of fucking fat. Divide that by like, 4 or something, right? Like, I mean, and now you're looking at like 5 grams per serving, which is like 5 times 9. I mean, you can see how it adds the fuck up, right? We're looking at 45 calories already. You do that a couple times, and like, all of a sudden, you're like overshooting or overstating your calorie intake by quite a lot. So sometimes people might actually end up being in a little bit of a deficit when they think they're in a surplus, depending on how. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, over the day, these little tiny errors shouldn't really matter or match up to, add up to all that much. But it's kind of nice to be able to have AI analyze a recipe, right? Say, for example, and just analyze this recipe, and then create recipe notes that will help with clean substitutions, understanding why macros are the way they are, things that might be high, benefits about this recipe, cons, you know what I mean? Like, and ways it could be possibly made better, right? Like having, AI, let's say you get a recipe from your grandma or whatever, and you take her 3x5 card and you're like, oh, let me do this, blah, 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 this, that, grandma's awesome fucking cheesecake, right? Ingredients, cheesecake ingredients, topping ingredients, cheesecake instructions, topping instructions, assembly instructions, and paste, right? Now, all of a sudden, you have all this filled shit, right? Then you go and you analyze. And by analyzing the recipe, it will automatically look at this recipe, look at these values, create some kind of thing, like 5, 6 bullet pointed fucking items, right? Notes about it, substitutions, sugar-free options, benefits, this, that, whatever. And then following up with always a disclaimer, right? Like saying that, this was generated with AI and blah, blah, blah. So, data accuracy is, expected to be fairly accurate, but always take with a grain of salt, right? Like something, because let's face it, as good as AI is, as great as it can be, as cool as it can be, as helpful as it can be, it still makes mistakes, and quite a bit, honestly. It really does quite often make mistakes. But I've been come to understand, at the same time, there's ways that we can limit its ability to make a mistake, right? Like, so if, for example, instead of letting it freely fucking do something, you give it documents, right? Okay, look at fill this form, right? Fill this form. Do not remove any values. Leave empty values empty as null or dash, right? And then just fill the form, right? And I mean, AI can do amazing things when you start doing stuff like that and you hyper focus it, and then tell it to stress the importance of the accuracy. Like, double check this, right? Once you get answers, go through and validate, and then explain why, right? So you're telling AI to then fill a form, then go through and double check accuracy, make corrections, and validate the answers, right? So in a matter of a few seconds, say 10 seconds after clicking an analyze button, all of those processes happen and you are given an output. That is fucking amazing. It blows me the fuck away for sure. Blows me away. Oh, I'm going to go inside for 1 second and shut off part of my stream. I'm not ending, though. Just YouTube.